Yo, what's up, Demonologist? Every Demonology Roblox ghost explained. No more yap, and let's make Demonology at its peak again. Aswang. Aswangs have historically only been reported in the Philippines and surrounding areas, but have recently been increasingly common on a global scale. Walking through salt slows them, but Aswang's speed increases by 20% per kill, so you're cooked when all of your teammates die. Banshee. Banshees are characterized as harbingers of death and demise. They most commonly manifest as wailing and mournful spirits. Banshees are more likely to break glass. Example: windows, light bulbs, or glass cups. They might use a distinct wail when hunting. Demon. Demons excel in hunting where they hunt more frequently compared to other ghosts. Demons hunt as soon as the hunt threshold is met and hunt as soon as the cooldown between hunts ends, making it set apart from a similar ghost type, Revenant. On the contrary, crosses are more effective on demons. If your party brought 2 crosses, it's best to spread them slightly far from each other to have their range encompass a larger area. Always locate any closets or safe spots to retreat to easily when a hunt starts. Dullahan. Dullahans, more commonly known as headless horsemen, are legendary characters of folklore, often traveling long distances on their horses. Dullahans appear headless in photos. The Dullahan's speed increases the longer they see their target. However, the Dullahan's speed is reset when they lose sight of a player. Crouching behind furniture will also break line of sight. If it is not possible, hide in closets to break the ghost's line of sight, slowing them down as a result. Dybbuk. Dybbuks are malicious ghosts that have a strong bond with possession and pursue a specific goal or ideal before parting from the mortal plane. They have the unique ability of interacting with corpses. They are able to throw corpses, making it easy to identify them as they are the only ghost type who can do this. When a music box is first played, they get stunned for 3 seconds. Entity. The entity is a powerful force that transcends typical hauntings. While its control over the environment is limited, it has been observed to teleport, granting it heavy influence. Entities can teleport around the job site while passively roaming or actively hunting. It can only teleport to rooms. Although entities do not throw objects or equipment around, especially during hunts, be aware that the Skinwalker can mimic the entity's teleportation. Ghoul. Ghouls are regarded as troublemaking ghosts, more focused on playing than harming. Exercise caution when in the presence of a ghoul, besides being able to start one from a hunter using the spirit box. Passively, ghouls cannot turn off electronics present during hunts. Leave electronic equipment, such as an EMF reader or a spirit box, turned on and on the ground to see whether or not they are disabled after a hunt in order to prove that the ghost is a ghoul. Sometimes hunters can be stuck between ghoul or skinwalker, where both of their evidence requires spirit box and freezing temperatures, as well as whether the ghost orb is real or fake. Leviathan. Leviathans are physical manifestations of chaos and destruction, and are as dangerous and unpredictable as you'd expect. They have a particular affinity for throwing objects. While all ghosts can throw objects, Leviathan can throw multiple objects at the same time. Leviathan is also able to turn off light switches outside of hunts. Nightmare. Nightmares, as the name suggests, commonly manifest themselves as bad dreams and are usually harmless. However, particularly powerful nightmares can manifest themselves in the physical world. The nightmare can cause hallucinations to the hunters, which can be auditory hallucinations that can only be heard. For example, if there are glass breaking or object being thrown sounds while nothing is broken or thrown, it's a hallucination caused by the nightmare. This type of ghost also has a likely chance of hunting when the room is dark. Since nightmares are more likely to hunt in the dark, this will grant the hunters a bit of safety in a lit room. Oni. The Usain Bolt of Demonology. Onis are a class of ghost believed to originate in Japan, but sightings have been reported all across the globe. The Oni is currently the fastest ghost in the game, having the same speed as a sprinting player during a hunt, allowing it to close the distance between the target and itself very quickly, and may even get a kill if the target is close enough after their stamina runs out. Note that during hunts, the ghost flickering between visible and invisible is not an Oni sprinting, which hunters can be confused by. Sprinting is instead a noticeable increase in movement speed, so if you see that the ghost just suddenly gained super speed, you know it's an Oni. Phantom. Phantoms are ethereal apparitions that manifest less frequently than similar ghosts. They are misattributed as shy and timid, but can certainly be aggressive. The phantom is a very shy ghost, as it won't or very less likely to hunt when there's multiple people nearby. It also has a slightly slower blinking pattern compared to other ghosts, which means it has more invisible time and possibly a subtle extra visible time that can throw you off guard when looping. When you are playing with other players, and all players' sanity are low, if it takes really long to start a hunt above 30 seconds, it may be a phantom. A normal ghost blink pattern would have in-out, 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 in-out. A phantom blink would have in-out, in-out, in-out. Revenant. Revenants are highly vengeful, often drawing their strength not from fear, but from anger. They are relentless, hunting anyone they have the opportunity to. They are unstoppable when enraged. However, they trigger hunts more often as the cooldown from one to the next is shorter. Once they've successfully killed a hunter, the ghost hunt immediately ends. If you've noticed the ghost has been hunting extremely often, there is a high chance that the ghost type is a revenant. If you think that the ghost is revenant, you can actually sacrifice yourself or your teammate. Let the ghost kill you, and if it rests, it's guaranteed revenant. Siren. Sirens are most known for their distinct singing voice, which they commonly use to lure sailors to their demise, though they have also been seen roaming far away from the ocean. During hunts, any hunters within the siren's line of sight will have their movement speed decreased, making the siren have an easier time to catch up to them. Though when using the spirit box, all responses in it are said in a female voice, and there is a chance that asking a question will cause the siren to sing. Check using the spirit box to see if they will sing into it to confirm their identity as a siren. With the sound effect, this would be displayed as HUMMING in red text on the bottom. Note that Skinwalker can copy the humming thing because it's considered an ability. Shadow. Shadows are barely perceptible apparitions that rarely interact with their environment, preferring to reside calmly in the dark. They are shy and tend to avoid people, though are known to be defensive of their favorite room. Shadows passively make environment temperatures decrease much slower by decimals and barely changing, causing temperatures fairly high and making finding the ghost room using the thermometer more difficult. Shadows are weak to lit rooms, decreasing their speed. Make sure to turn on the fuse box to be able to use the lights to weaken the shadow speed. Skinwalker. Skinwalkers are elusive ghosts with the unique ability to mimic the abilities of other ghost types. They are frequent roamers, spending more time outside of their favorite room. Identifying skinwalkers requires extreme precision. Skinwalkers can fake ghost orb evidence. They can mimic other ghosts' abilities. It's extremely important to keep track of the evidence so far gained on your journal when it can possibly be a skinwalker. Always keep in mind that the ghost orb evidence could be fake any time. Sometimes hunters can be stuck between Ghoul or Skinwalker, where both of their evidence requires spirit box and freezing temperatures, as well as whether the ghost orb is real or fake. The alternative is to check the spirit book for ghost writing for a Skinwalker. If it's a Ghoul, they will throw the book and disprove it, meaning if the ghost throws the spirit book while hunting, it disproves the ghost writing evidence. This applies not just in Skinwalker, but in all ghosts. Specter. Specters are strongly bound to their favorite room. Specters are known for their profound control over their environment. While specters lack hunting abilities, they are more active outside of a hunt and throw items more frequently than the majority of the ghosts. This trait can be confused with Leviathan's trait to throw multiple objects, but specters only grant a higher chance of throwing items, but only do so one at a time. But unlike other ghosts, the specter cannot roam besides hunting, making them always stay at a certain location, most likely the ghost room, and start inside that room once a hunt is triggered. As they are bound to their favorite rooms, it is much easier to get laser projector evidence or EMF level 5 from them once the ghost room is found, which can be done easily using the thermometer. When in the same room as a specter, expect to witness a lot of objects being thrown. Do note that ghosts can switch their favorite room in nightmare difficulty, so this strategy does not always work. Spirit. Spirits are a manifestation of the souls of the deceased. They are often eager to communicate with the living and are generally considered harmless. Spirits, like other ghosts, can still hunt and kill players. They have no notable strengths or weaknesses, but can alter lit candles. For example, the ghost might interact with the lit lantern and change the flame color to blue. The Wisp. A will-o'-the-wisp, commonly known as the Wisp, or just Wisp, is a spirit that typically haunts swamps, but has recently been observed invading homes and other buildings. They have a particular affinity for fire. They can passively light candles, similar to the Leviathan, who can passively turn on lights, and the Entity, who can passively teleport. They can only start a hunt in their favorite room, but it isn't bonded to it, unlike the Specter. Check to see if any candles have been lit and if any of your team members lit them. So if you see a lit candle on your job site, but no one lit it, you know it's Wisp. If you place holy oil on the doorway in the ghost room, the Wisp won't be able to kill anyone during the hunt, as they will be trapped inside. The namesake of the Umbra board, Umbras are elusive, shadowy apparitions born from fear. Instead of planting their feet, they tiptoe, making no sound as they walk. While hunting, no footsteps can be heard when an Umbra moves around. However, Umbras slow down in lit rooms. Umbras are the only ghosts so far who do not make footstep sounds, making their identity obvious. Hunters must rely on their heartbeat to know if the Umbra is close to them. Wendigos are horribly malformed creatures, less ghost and more monster caricature. Wendigos are incredibly afraid of fire, making candles and lanterns good tools for fending them off. But as time goes on, the average hunter's energies will naturally decrease and in turn strengthen the Wendigo to increase in speed. Drink energy drinks to keep your energy high to reduce Wendigo's speed increase. Use an energy watch if you need an easier way to keep track of your energy. Wraith. Wraiths are malevolent, shadowy apparitions noted for their profound aggression. Being in a site haunted by a wraith lowers hunters' energies by 0.2 to 0.4% per second. Although when a wraith steps on a line of salt on the ground, it will not disturb it. Drink energy drinks to keep your energy high. Use an energy watch if you need an easier way to keep track of your energy, or check the energy monitor at base camp. Note that lines of salt do not prevent wraiths from being able to cross them during hunts, not in the way that holy oil works on ghosts. Wraiths can cross the salt, but they simply do not disturb it. This is the end of my video. If I miss anything, kindly share it to the comment section and don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's make demonology at its peak again.